Hello everyone, this is the video of Legal Studies class 12 unit 1st, that is Judiciary, and the topic is 1, that is Constitution, Roles and Impartiality. So let's begin with the Constitution and the Judiciary. The Judiciary in India administers a common law system. We have studied this term in our 11th class, in which customs and legislation all codify the law of the land. The judiciary in India administers a common law system that we have studied in our 11th class, in which customs and legislation all codify the law of the land. It has in fact inherited the legacy of the legal system established by then the colonial powers and the princely estates since the mid-19th century, and has partly retained characteristics of practices from the ancient and medieval periods. What does it mean? That the first point in this paragraph was India has common legal system. That is the first point. That is, our law is not essentially codified, but rather it is developed over the case laws. Secondly, it is saying that we have mixed up the legal system, that is with the customs and the legislation. So we have the both flavor. Thirdly, it is saying that is the kind of legal system we have largely developed during the colonial period, that is developed by basically British. And fourthly, that is said in this paragraph, that is partly by colonial period and partly by the ancient and medieval period, what we were practicing during the ancient time and during the medieval times. So we have all flavors in our legal system. Now the next point is, at present the judiciary is the integrated system of courts that distinctively categorized into 3 levels, namely the Supreme Court, High Courts and District Courts. The major role of judiciary is to interpret and apply the law. Further, the court system decides the cases, including the admission of the relevant facts, then the determination of the relevant law and the application of the relevant facts to the relevant law. So there are so many points in this paragraph. The first one is saying that we have integrated and unitary system. It means that in federal structure, as in United States, judiciary is categorized into 2 parts. The first one, that is for the union level, that is Supreme Court, and it has the another branches. Similarly, the state has separate judiciary, but in India, a state has not a separate judiciary. Rather, it is followed from the center itself. So Supreme Court as the top, then High Courts that is in every state almost, and then District Courts. So it is unitary system. The second point in this paragraph was, that is regarding the role of judiciary. The first one is to interpret the law, interpret the constitution as well, and second one to apply those laws while deciding the cases. And the third point in this paragraph, that is saying that the judiciary accepts those laws along with the facts and evidences, and then accordingly decide the cases. So this is all for this paragraph. So I believe you understood now what exactly judiciary is. Now let's start the second topic, that is the Constitution and the Judiciary. So what the Constitution means in reference to judiciary. The relationship of judiciary with Constitution is umbilical, as a structure, role and powers of the judiciary are profusely described in the Constitution of India. So I have used the term umbilical. It means there is very deep relationship between the judiciary and the constitution, because the existence of judiciary basically derived from the constitution itself. So we cannot think about the judiciary without the constitution. The second point, the constitutional provisions that specifically deals with the judiciary's structure, role, power, functions and appointments of judges are, just take the brief, how it is arranged in the constitution. Part 5, chapter 4 deals with union judiciary, that is appointments, removal, role and functions of judges in reference to the Supreme Court. Part 6, chapter 5 deals with a state level judiciary, that is appointments, removal, role and functions of judges in reference to the high courts. Part 6, chapter 6 deals with district level judiciary, that is appointments, removal, role and functions of judges in reference to the subordinate or district courts. Lastly, Article 50 that we have discussed in my previous video as well. What it does, separates judiciary from executive and hence ensures the independence of judiciary. So this is all for this video. See you in next video.